2018. I'm Mochismo.
And I'm P. Armageddon.
We have a great matchup here. New York is coming in seeded #1. They were #1 last year. And Louisiana, brand new team here to Battle of the All-Stars.
Their first year here, excuse me, Battle of the All-Stars, and looking forward to seeing what they can do here on the track. We're going to go ahead and get our rosters read pretty quick right here as we get started shortly. 14 Louisiana, number 12, that is MC Ramher. Number 182, Thrash Barker. Number 1979, Neuralize Her. Number 34, Desi. Number 375, Cinnamon Rolls. Number 376, Hot Mess Molly. Number 406, Slamity Jane. Number 46, M Kickin' Some. Number 510, Brutalicious. Number 510, also Guacaroli. Number 52, Bree Hicks. Number 6, one of your captains, Crimson Doll. Number 66, E-Rex. Number 76, Little Miss Maggot. Number 8, Cassie Nova. Number 88, your other captain, Ms. Murder. Number 917, Blitzkrieg Bombshell. And number 918, Huckleberry Gin. Louisiana is coached by Hibichi Girl and Fuster Cluck.
New York skating a little light. 02 is Pinky Swears. 26 is Murphy. 47 is AKT 47. 54 is Headhuntress. 56, Kate Sarah Sarah. 111, Cherry Napalm. 622 is Libralian. 0101 is one of the team captains, Deb Crush. And 1706, team captain Misty Maven. Only skating with 9, and I got through them all. We have 15 minutes on the clock, and we heard a whistle.
We were about to start, but everything wasn't straight. So now we're about to start. Get our 5-second whistle. And we're rolling on this game now. Looks like jamming for Louisiana. That is Crimson Doll, one of your captains.
And it is, boy, it's tough to see. That's Kate Sarah Sarah there.
Oh, Crimson Doll to the outside. Mo gets the lead jammer right off the bat. So lead jammer first going to Team Louisiana. Pack now settles in between turns 1 and 2. As Crimson Dawn now working on her first scoring pass.
All right, so Louisiana coming in strong here as we start things off. Kate has the stars stashed, and Louisiana really forming tight around her in the back.
It's going to be curious to see now with that 9-skater roster New York's bringing in this game to see if that really affects them.
Yeah, a lot of folks not able to make the trip, not able to get the day off. Most of them are driving in, of course, so. And Kate breaks out there, doesn't hand the star off.
Crimson Dawn, meanwhile, just mired in the back of the pack.
Yeah, I think she's going to call it. She does.
She sees Kate coming up around the back of the pack, calls it off, picks up 4 more points, looks like, on that pass.
Yeah, that's 5. She got the total.
Oh,
that
total
was
5. Okay, this is fun. So 5-point lead now for Louisiana on the first jam.
Yeah, she passed Kate there, and that definitely sets the tone for this. New York, like I said, skating light with 9 skaters. I saw them working out in the lot, and I was like, where's everybody else? And, yeah, the answer is in New York.
Louisiana now sending up number 375. That is Cinnamon Rolls jamming. Cinnamon Rolls coming to us from Baton Rouge Red Stick Roller Derby.
There you go. And I think that's Deb Crush out there.
I believe you are correct.
Yeah, 0101. She's coming at you from Ithaca, the League of Women Rollers.
Both jammers still fighting through this pack here early on. Now turn number 1. Cinnamon Rolls knocked to the inside and resetting. Meanwhile, we have a lead jammer, Mo.
Yeah, Deb Crush fights her way up to the front. She's out, and it looks like Louisiana trying to pass that star.
They did. Number 1979, Neuralize Her, now has the star in hand, trying to break on through.
Fast derby here, my friend, as Deb Crush gets to the front and calls it off. So New York's on the board here. Deficit of 1 point behind Louisiana.
A quick 5-4 advantage now for Team Louisiana. It looks like they're going to do a short rotation here, sending Crimson Doll back to the jam line here for jam number 3.
Well, it certainly worked out of the first jam here. We are in a terrible position to see who's jamming there. I think that might be Maven. Yeah, that's Maven.
I believe so, yeah. We're just
Misty Maven, Gotham Girl, of course.
Exactly. We're sitting in turn number 1, so we don't have quite a great vantage point of the jam line, but as soon as we can get those jammers to you, we definitely will. There goes Misty Maven on the inside. Lead jammer goes to New York.
Maven, very agile skater for the Gotham Girls, of course. Able to find cracks in a otherwise really tight pack. Boy, they are moving here.
And Maven did a good job of stretching out those blockers for Louisiana up front to the wall, getting them past that 20-foot zone and having them let her go right on by for a scoring pass.
They coalesce a bit, but unable to stop Maven as she breaks on through for her second scoring pass. And, of course, that's going to put New York in the lead.
Crimson Doll now getting reset to the back of the field. Oh, nice jump to the inside by Maven, but couldn't stick it. So she'll reset to the back. Now Crimson Doll again getting it stuck to the back, having to reset all the way to the back.
Yeah, New York really pulling her back, really recycling her on that. Nice hit by the pivot there. That's 622. That's Libralian.
Right to the middle there to knock Crimson Doll down. Meanwhile, Maven on her way around again for 5 points.
Yeah, we got a 20-point jam so far from Maven, and I don't think she's done yet.
Crimson Doll once again having to reset at the back of the field while Maven up front working on those Team Louisiana blockers.
Nice hit by number 66.
Big hit there. That was E-Rex. But Maven will get by.
No pass, no penalty. I think one of the blockers might have followed her out.
So only 4 points there for Misty Maven.
Only 4 makes it only 24.
Exactly.
And only 29 now with this grand slam.
Big jam here for New York.
There we go. Louisiana stays in. Oh, yes. Nope, she did not quite stick it there. She was really trying, though.
And that was a star pass to Little Miss Maggot.
And I think she picked up a penalty at the end. It might have been a track cut.
I believe so. Did not see the hand signal, but I believe so. But she will sit as the jammer.
Yeah. So bad news for Louisiana there as Maven puts up a 34-point jam. And who is that number 676 at the box?
That is Little Miss Maggot for Louisiana, who is sitting back. So now a power start for Team New York, and that is Kate Sarah wearing the star on this power start.
Yeah, she'll start things off 30 full seconds to work with.
Team Louisiana trying to do their best to keep Kate back, but she's just shuffling those feet. Gets through and picks up, does not pick up lead on a no pass, no penalty.
Yeah. Didn't see who was out, who she didn't quite pass. Could have been somebody down, too.
So we do not have a lead jammer.
Well, we could. If Maggot comes out of the box, still a possibility.
Yes, indeed. But right now we are still skating lead jammerless, but inside, there goes Kate Sarah. She'll pick up 5 points.
Maggot's got a long way to skate to re-enter that pack. Tries to hop that apex.
Maggot came in real hot on that one, but couldn't quite keep it in bounds. There's a hop for you by Kate Sarah. 4 points there on that pass. Nicely done by Kate.
And we have a star pass. That's 1979.
That just neuralized her with a big easy roller girls in New Orleans. She takes the star. Meanwhile, Kate knocked to the outside. She'll come back in, but she's going to pick up a track cut.
Yeah. So good news for Louisiana here. They've got only 5 up on the board, the 5 they got in the first jam. And looking to change things up as she gets knocked to the outside.
Much needed power jam for neuralize her, but having to reset all the way to the back. Libralian tried to bring her back further, but she was able to get back in the middle of the pack, now fighting up against those New York blockers.
Great job of eating up some of that penalty time. Kate's standing in the box now, getting ready to re-enter.
Those New York blockers know what they're doing out there. Putting up stiff defense against Neuralizer. Trying to buy their time for Kate to come back out.
And she has re-entered now.
And she's blowing through the pack now.
Yeah, one in front of her.
Whew, right back up. Picks up 5 points on that pass. Oh, and it looks like a forearm call. Not seeing who it's on. Oh, an apex jump by Kate Sarah. Like a forearm call was on Little Miss Maggot for Louisiana. She'll head to the penalty box.
Well, that's a 14-4 jam there. Sorry, 19-4 in favor of New York, but that's 4 up for Louisiana.
So now 57-9 your score in favor of New York.
1 in the box for Louisiana as we start off jam 5.
And looks like once again jamming for Louisiana. That is number 375 Cinnamon Rolls. But to the inside.
Deb Crush is your lead jammer here.
Cinnamon Roll is still trying to fight her way through. Deb Crush now working on her first scoring pass to the outside. She will get by and pick up 5. Nice work by the New York defense here. Closing every lane Cinnamon Rolls tries to go through. Now setting up a wall in the front.
Yeah, they got a full coverage up there in the front. As Cherry Napalm tries to break things up in the back for them a little bit.
Pat now just settling in, turn number 2. Cinnamon Roll still mired in the back.
Deb Crush goes down around turn 2. She's going to get recycled back by number 76 on Louisiana.
That is Little Miss Maggot, bringing her back around to turn number 1. Clockwise block call.
And that's being called on
number 88 for Louisiana. That is Ms. Murder, one of our captains for Team Louisiana.
Deb crushes through. That's another 5 up, I believe.
And Deb
forearm.
15-point pass now, Mo.
Forearm being called on Maggot there, 76, as she sits down. So they're down to 2 blockers out there. Deb Crush taking advantage of the situation.
Seminoles did make it through on her initial.
Tries to get low on that, and they get a piece of her, enough to knock her off her skates. I don't know that she's... Yeah, she did get all 4. Okay.
She did. So they have 24-point jam for New York, giving them 81. Louisiana still sitting at 9.
So New York's only really drawing from 3 teams right now. We have some Gotham skaters out there, a couple of Queen City skaters, and then Ithaca has a couple of girls on the track. And, you know, a lot of these skaters are veterans of last year, Battle of the All-Stars. They've skated before. What's the situation on the Louisiana side?
Louisiana's a pretty broad spectrum here of skaters. You have skaters from New Orleans area, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Shreveport. Very, very good mix of skaters here. But like we said, it's their first time here at All-Star, so it's a learning experience for them as they go, and they get Team New York as their first learning experience.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but that's how this group system works this weekend.
Exactly. Our jammer is now Libralian up against Crimson Doll. Libralian is your lead jammer. Working on a scoring pass. Libralian gets low on turn number 2, and that'll be a 5-point pass.
Libralian's first jammer appearance today.
It looks like the star has been passed on Louisiana. Neuralize her now with the star. Or with the fleur-de-lis, I should say, because the Louisiana has the fleur-de-lis on their helmets.
And busted on through there. That's Libralian with another 5. Still got a 34-point jam to beat as the big jam of the game thus far.
And that jam did put New York over the century mark, 101, going into that last pass. Libralian now just looking to get around the blocks. Crimson Doll, Brutalicious, and Little Miss Maggot.
Got Murphy up there trying to break things up a little bit for her, but Louisiana doing a good job of shutting down Libralian, forcing her to call it, holding the damage to 20.
Now 24, actually, as those last 4 get brought up on the scoreboard. So 105-9. New York with the advantage. About 3.5 minutes to go here in our first period.
Yeah, reminder to those of you watching at home, we have 30-minute games with 15-minute periods for the first day here at Battle of the All-Stars. Very short intermission in between, something like 30 seconds just to switch the referee colors, basically.
We have a lot of games to get through today, so we're going to be going through fast-paced.
And stay tuned for Pennsylvania versus West Virginia when we're all done here. But right now, we have Kate Sarah on the track and as lead jammer.
It looks like Louisiana has...
I see a star pass already complete.
That was star pass to Ms. Murder, the pivot, who is the co-captain. Now the star now is be able to put it on as she gets recycled. Meanwhile, Kate Sarah now up to the pack for a scoring pass.
1 to get by for Kate in the front, and she's through.
It's right on by Blitzkrieg Bombshell. That'll be a 5-point pass. It's good work in the back of the pack here by New York, working on Ms. Murder.
Cherry Napalm and Maven showing that she can play D as well.
That was New York blockers trying to wall up in the back, get that brace 2 all going. Ms. Murder just leaning into it. Meanwhile, 5-point pass once again for Kate Sarah. Kate dancing around the outside.
Looks like she was she trying to call her, or was she just keeping her arms out of the way?
I think she's trying to keep her arms out of the way to make sure she didn't get any kind of forearm or anything on that. But right back up, and now up against the Louisiana blockers once again at the front of the pack. She breaks through.
Yeah, hops on the inside there. That's through. She's up to 20, I believe.
That is correct. 20 points now on this jam. Louisiana still looking for their first points on this jam. Actually been held scoreless for quite a few jams.
Yeah, this is 3 jams with no score.
Defense starting to settle in now for both teams. Kate Sarah in the back just trying to lean into that Louisiana wall. Meanwhile, up front, Ms. Murder doing the same thing with the New York defense.
Really packed up right now. There we go. Kate is through, wrestles her way through, and I think that's a full 2 minutes.
I believe we did go the full 2. Yes, we did, Mo. 25-point jam for New York on that one. 130-9.
Well, we have time for one more jam in this abbreviated first half, and a timeout being called by Louisiana.
As we talked about, Mo, coming in this game, New York with the short roster, 9 skaters, but doesn't seem to be affecting them that much.
Well, they are 9 strong skaters, meaning no disrespect to Louisiana. New York, when I spoke to them earlier today about their short roster, they said, we're feeling okay on a Thursday, running a little bit short. The games are short, so you don't need as deep a bench, obviously. You know, not that for a lot of these skaters, endurance is really a problem. I mean, you see New York teams play big tournaments all the time. So, you know, coming in with a short roster, they did not feel they were down, and they have reinforcements on the way. So.
And we've said the good thing about Louisiana, their first time here. It's kind of a learning experience, but these skaters come from a lot of great teams in Louisiana. They're really great in the games, but coming into this type of environment where you're playing against these all-star mashup teams, it can be a little tough, especially when you first game out of the gate, when you get a team like New York, who's, you know, the #1 ranked team last year, had a great performance last year, even short-staffed, short-rostered, still putting on a great showing in the first game here.
Well, the other trick is learning to work together. I mean, these teams might not have had a lot of experience together. Maybe they've played each other a few times.
Team Louisiana, I know, has had quite a few practices together. That was one of their goals, was to try to be cohesive as a unit before they came in here. So you can see it happening, but like we said, it's still early on with this team.
Back to the track, we got Deb Crush, lead jammer for New York, and I see a star pass, a fleur de lis passé.
Yeah, Cinnamon Rolls trying to pass the star to her pivot. That is number 8 for Louisiana, Cassie Nova. Cassie also a teammate of Cinnamon Rolls on a Red Stick Roller Derby out of Baton Rouge.
Knocked to the outside of the second pass there, second turn.
Now scoring pass once again for Deb Crush, trying to get through here. Meets up against the front blockers. All 4 Louisiana blockers now focusing on Deb.
Able to slow her down for a bit. Now they're going on back. They're trying to work a little bit on getting Nova through this pack.
Once Deb got past, they figured go back there, help her jam her out.
Yeah, good awareness of where the action is. Deb Crush hits it and flies right on through for 5.
And Cassie Nova through on her initial pass, but the pack now crawling into turn number 3, trying to get those walls set up. Deb, skips around the inside, but can't land it, calls it off.
Yep. Calls it from her knees. That's going to be is that a total of, a single point looks like put up at the end of that.
Louisiana got a point on that one, and that will bring us to halftime, Mo. 10-point jam for New York, your halftime score. New York 140, Louisiana at 10.
All right, well, we will be right back here in about 30 seconds. Don't believe that 15 minutes you see up there. All right, we are back here after a short break there to switch colors on the refs. And when we last left this, Louisiana had snagged a point at the end of that jam. Left our score at 10 to 147, actually. Deb Crush got 17 points at that last jam.
So we're going to line up here for this first jam of our second half. Remember, we're playing 15-minute periods, a 30-minute game. So remember, short games today because of our just jam-packed schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of games. We got 16 states represented. States and provinces, I should say. Of course, Saskatchewan.
Yes, Team Sass in our last game. So, and here we go. Little Miss Maggot jamming for Team Louisiana, but lead jam going to go quickly out to Misty Maven for Team New York.
Maven with a 34-point jam in the first half. And Maven right up the middle there.
Her blockers did a great job of opening that hole up for her and just letting her skate right on through.
And it looks like AKT47 off to the box.
We do have a star pass for Louisiana. Number 1979 neuralized her with the star in hand. Trying to break through, but still holding on to the star. Get some help from Brutalicious to try to get around, but New York quick to reform.
6th star pass for Louisiana.
And now neuralizer at the front of the pack is leaning on the last two blockers, makes her initial pass.
And completed star pass. That's going to force New York to call it off.
4-point pass there, 19 points in total for New York on that jam. Gives them 166 now. Louisiana still sitting at 10.
All right, we got New York with one standing in the box. That's Katie there, AKT47.
It looks like jamming for Louisiana. Once again, number 375. That is Cinnamon Rolls.
And both are phenomenal. I love them both.
Kate Sarah wearing the star once more for New York.
Kate immediately to the front now, but that braced three wall in the way, really braced three with Cassie Nova serving as the brace. Both jammers still trying to fight through, but there goes Kate Sarah. She will be lead jammer.
Yeah. She when she moves, it's not a graceful movement. It's a powerful movement.
She's very forceful with
it.
Yeah,
you feel her coming. Kate around the outside, taking the long way through for 5.
Body's falling down in the back of the pack there. And now the pack moving through turn number 2. Initial pass made there by Cinnamon Rolls.
Kate wending her way up to the front, and she's going to call it with the pressure from Cinnamon Rolls in the back. It's going to hold the damage to, I think that's going to be 9 points.
Looks like it. You are correct. 9 points, so 175 to 10. New York with the lead. Heading into jam number 3 here of the second period. Looks like team captain for Team Louisiana, Crimson Doll, will don the fleur-de-lis.
And Deb Crush, one of New York's team captains, taking the star for New York. 12 and 15 left to play in this second half.
Pack still moving together. Deb Crush now up front, trying to get around. She will do so.
Nice juke around number 66 there. It looked like she was trying to get a hard hit.
That is E-Rex. Deb Crush now on a scoring pass. Fighting up against Slamity Jane. Brutalicious, but now goes to the outside. Gets past Cassie Nova. Gets some points, calls it off. She'll take 4 back to the bench with her.
Again, good pressure by Louisiana as they are breaking through the pack with a little more regularity now. Just putting the pressure on, but not getting into scoring position.
And New York realizing that and having to call that short jam off pretty quickly.
We got a clean bench right now. It's 5 on 5 in the track right now. Libralian up on the line for New York.
And that is Guacaroli for Team Louisiana with the star for the first time today.
Libralian through for her initial pass.
Nice dip to the outside there by Libralian, getting low to pick up lead. Well, Guacaroli
ducking around, she's through once more.
Guacaroli has passed the star now. Looks like 2 neuralize her. The neuralizer yet to put the star on as she's fighting at the front of that pack. Now we're starting to get some movement here as the pack skates into turn 3.
Yeah, we might get a full rotation here. That'd be something. Oh, a penalty being called on Libralian. Forearm.
Forearm is the call, so a much needed power jam for Louisiana, who also lose one of their blockers to the penalty box. Number 52, Bree Hicks.
Now, not in a lead situation. This is a non-lead power jam for Louisiana.
But at this point, a power jam, any kind of power jam they can get, they will take at this point. It's Neuralizer now having a fight to break through, but very nice work up front by New York.
Yeah, she's got the star in her hand. As I say that, she drops it.
Yes, but now we'll pick it back up. Murphy now trying to keep her down. Murphy, nice move, the shoulder block, but able to get past is Neuralizer.
Yeah, she's got to get that star on, and Libralian has re-entered, so that's that for that penalty. 27 seconds left in this jam. No way to stop it.
And that's one thing New York's been doing pretty well in this game. If they do get a jammer penalty, they've been very good at killing that penalty time off, though.
And Libralian hops through on the inside for 5 more.
Neuro working on the front line of New York, but just finding no way to get through.
Yeah.
Get some help from her friends, but jam will be called off.
Yeah, that was a full 2.
A full 2, there you go. And New York now, 15-point jam, knocking on that 200 mark now, 199. Louisiana gets 3 on that jam, 13.
Yeah, she was trapped in on her first scoring pass there, unable to pick up that 4th point. When you're in a pack for that long, it's got to be a tough job as a ref to remember, like, I know it's only 4 people, but man.
And Louisiana also looking at this thing, they're still looking for their second lead jam status of the game. They only have 1 in this game.
Yeah.
There's a very first jam, Crimson Doll picked that up. So let's see how Cinnamon rolls. Oh, she was trying, but it looks like she has passed the star, but now New York gets the lead. Kate Sarah. But a penalty going to be assessed to the Cinnamon Rolls. Not sure what the penalty was. I believe it might have been an illegal star pass.
Yeah, legal procedure I see being
but the jammer,
signaled in the middle.
The jammer panty for Louisiana is sitting in the outside of turn number 1.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
But Cinnamon Rolls is sitting as the jammer. So it is a power jam now for New York.
So she's got to come in, grab that panty before she can even re-engage, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you are correct. Kate gets through for a 5-point pass.
That's a long reset. See her coming out of the box right now. You'll see her right in the front of the camera there, grabbing that star.
And she's all the way now to the very, very back of the field, catching up to the pack. Kate gets knocked to the outside.
Good job recycling by Louisiana. That's 9-18.
Huckleberry Gin. Nice little apex hop there by Kate Sarah through for 4 points.
And we do have a completed pass now.
Yes, we do. The new jammer for Louisiana is number 918, Huckleberry Gin. little wheel hop there.
Yeah, I don't know that was even
Seemed like
style points.
Skipping through a little bit there. The jam is called. 4 points there for New York. 18-point jam.
Looks like Louisiana.
Did they pick up a point? No,
I'm sorry. You know what? The yellow on Williams' skate spear is throwing me off there.
The yellow helmet, looking almost like not quite a yellow wristband.
Well, but plus they switched out. They did switch halfway through.
They did.
So.
You are correct. Captain on captain matchup here in this next jam. Crimson Doll ran that star for Louisiana. And Deb Crush, I'm sorry there, Mo, for New York. And Deb's your lead jammer. Nice work there by Brutalicious, trying to free her jammer up there, but still getting recycled to the back of the field is Crimson Doll.
Nice hit by number 8 on Louisiana.
That is Cassie Nova.
Knocking Deb Crush right to the outside, shutting her down for at least a few seconds.
Cassie Nova, very, very strong player. Now,
5'10" with a big hit there.
Exactly, that is Brutalicious. Big Easy Roller Girls veteran, very known to be a very hard hitter. But Deb will get through for a 5-point pass. Yep, thumb is in the air.
Headhuntress, Cherry Napalm, Pinky Swears working that defense right now.
And it's like Louisiana has passed the star to Cassie Nova, who's knocked to the outside by number 54, Headhuntress. Forcing Nova to reset. Once again, these New York blockers just laying it to the Louisiana Jammers.
Yeah, most of these blockers have worked together before in numerous battles of the All-Stars. And, yeah, they know each other.
And that's that veteran experience, like you said, Mo. Veteran experience at this tournament, at this level, comes into play, even when you're running a shorter roster.
Well, it doesn't hurt the teams they're coming from. Ithaca, Gotham.
Exactly.
You know, Queen City has been dominant, really clawing their way up the rankings.
Like a penalty assessed there toward the end of that jam to Headhuntress. So New York will start with one jammer in the penalty box here.
Both teams relatively clean. I haven't seen massive penalties on either side. I think there's only been one jam with 2 Louisiana blockers in the box. That's unofficial. Don't rewind the tape and check me on that.
We are
one.
not the official stats.
Under 5 left to play here. 13 to 240, New York on top, and there goes Maven.
Maven right away to the outside picks up that lead jammer status. And it's like Louisiana has passed the star close to the jam line. It's like Little Miss Maggot, the pivot, has the star in hand, but Misty Maven still getting on through for 5 points. Maggot, meanwhile, just trying to duck and dodge and dive and dodge through the New York blockers, but Maven just finding those holes and just skating right on through for another 5 points. Like I said, this Louisiana team, like I said, it's the first time playing together as a team at this kind of level. So they have practiced together, but still that game experience. They played a couple of scrimmage games leading up, coming in against some of the local teams.
Where do they practice? Where's the middle of Louisiana?
It's pretty
there?
much everywhere. They have practice in Baton Rouge. They practice in Shreveport. They practiced in New Orleans. Used to give everybody a fair shot of getting close to practice. So it's very much an entire state community for Team Louisiana. And like we said, that was a conscious effort to try to get them to be more of a team
inclusive
mentality.
as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I know some states it's harder to get together and practice as a team, but Team Louisiana did the best they could to do that this offseason, getting into this tournament.
Yeah, New York City and Queen City, which is Buffalo, of course, are like 7 hours apart. So
well, same here with New Orleans and Shreveport. Your two biggest boundaries about 6 hours apart, roughly, from each other. So 5 to 6 hours is a lot of time, but if you're dedicated enough to do it, you'll get through and do it.
Well, Kate Sarah is the lead jammer for New York, and she's going to call it. We're under 3 minutes left to play. I think that was Cinnamon, right?
Cinnamon Rolls had the star to start off the jam, but passed it to Huckleberry Gin, who was unable to do anything with it. So that was a 4-point pass quickly by New York, 2:58 to 13. Your score now right at that 2.5-minute mark. And looks like Crimson Doll, once again, will be wearing the fleur-de-lis for Louisiana.
So obviously the New York offense has been amazing, but I mean the defense is pretty incredible.
Whistle blows jam number 9.
Yep.
On the way here, Deb Crush jamming for New York, getting reset by Brutalicious. Meanwhile, Crimson Doll to the front of the
This could be
field.
it.
One more blocker to beat, and she will get by Crimson
There we
Doll.
go.
Has the only 2 lead jams for Louisiana in this game. Both go to Crimson Doll.
First and possibly the last jam.
Very much so, as we are now under 2 minutes on the period clock. As Deb Crush now through for her initial. Fast moving pack now, Crimson Doll trying to find some holes, waiting for some help maybe, but has to call it off, keeping an eye on Deb in the back.
Yeah, looks over her shoulder, see she doesn't really have the time, but she does put up 2 unreturned points.
And that will give Louisiana 15 now to 2:58. Now we're at the 1.5-minute mark, Mo, so we very well could be on our last jam of the game here.
Likely to be, we'll see. Stay tuned for Pennsylvania versus West Virginia. Backyard brawl, as we called that there.
If you're a college football fan, as some of us are, you might notice that Pitt-West Virginia matchup. So after that, we have Colorado and North Carolina, which should be a very good matchup, followed then by Michigan and Maine.
Yeah. MI versus MA, something like that.
Yeah, like an official review being called by Team Louisiana.
Might just be being used as a timeout.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
So didn't really see anything on that jam.
Well, yeah, they're not talking to them.
No. I'm pretty sure head coach Hibichi Girl said, let's just use it as a timeout.
Yeah.
We have it in our pocket, why not?
Well, tough game for Louisiana coming into this tournament, but, you know, you don't get too much tougher than facing off against New York on your first game.
They'll have a tough matchup later today as they will actually be facing Virginia,
who
played earlier today. A very, very good matchup against Tennessee, coming away with a win. So that bracket, that Group A bracket, is pretty tough. You
That's
have New
probably the
York,
toughest bracket.
New York, Virginia, Tennessee, and Louisiana.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it the bracket of death as in the old World Cup days, but still a very, very tough 4-team bracket to get through.
Well, it puts Virginia in a tough position, too, because Virginia has usually done very well here at Battle of the All-Stars, and being forced to play off against New York, I think that'll be tomorrow. That puts them in a tough position, too.
It does. So you know the team coming out of this bracket is going to have to fight their way through it, no matter if it's New York, if it's Virginia, or or Tennessee or Louisiana, whoever it would be. Whoever coming out of that bracket was going to earn it big time. And
all right, well, that is our official review here, and we are 1:12 on the clock, and likely the last
yeah,
game.
our jammer matchup going to be Libralian for New York, and that's Guacaroli wearing that fleur-de-lis for Team Louisiana. Guac gets knocked to the outside, going to have quickly reset. Meanwhile, Libralian to the front, lead jammer.
Wow, that whole pack was on the inside, and Librali decides that's where she wants to be.
Well, if you're going to be there, I'm going to go here.
No, it looked like she was headed right into the mass of the defense there. Made short work of it.
And now it's like a star pass once again by Louisiana. Little Miss Maggot has the star in hand. But Libralian now pushing this with Louisiana blockers. Gets around the outside. She's found that outside line quite to her liking all day.
Yeah. Maven leading from behind there. She organizes that defense.
Louisiana walling up in the back now. Oh, but Libralian just finds a hole right on through.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Maggot tries to dance on the outside but couldn't get through. Great job by New York just shutting the door on the inside and the outside on Little Miss Maggot.
By my count, that's the 10th star pass by Louisiana.
At this point, when you're at a game with this kind of differential, you have to do what you can
Yeah,
to
you
get
do
through.
what you can. Absolutely.
And Louisiana has a lot of talented jammers on their roster, and they will pivot them as much as they can. So if a star pass comes through as a need, then you might as well do it.
Well, one advantage that Louisiana has here is that all their skaters that are skating this weekend are here right now.
Exactly.
So they are seeing what's going on. They're getting, blooded and wedded together on that track, and I'm sure they'll come through it a little bit stronger. Well, our unofficial final here is 15-283, New York on top. We're going to give you interviews with the MVPs in a minute here. We're just going to decide who those MVPs are. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, I am PR Armageddon here with New England Roller Derby News and talking to Crimson Doll, the MVP for Team Louisiana. And Crimson, great game out there. It didn't quite come on the winning effort here, but talk about Team Louisiana, our first year here for Team Louisiana. Talk about the preparation, what went into preparing to come to Battle of the All-Stars.
Oh wow, a lot of work, a lot of fundraising. Trying to get all the girls together in one place to practice is hard when it's all over the state, but managed to do it, and we knew it would be a learning experience, so what we did. We came, had fun, and we're going to play some more.
Yeah, talk about getting Team New York right out of the draw. You know it's a very talented team. What did you guys talk about coming in, like preparing yourselves for that kind of game?
You never want to come in with a mindset that you're going to get crushed, but we knew it was going to be a good experience, that there was a lot of good players, obviously. It's a #1 team. We were kind of all, fangirling for a second. Oh my gosh, we're playing the #1 team, but then we really brought it together and focused on what we could learn from it and what we could take home.
Playing against Team Virginia next now later on today is going to be another tough task. They had a really good game earlier. Just talk about how you're preparing. This bracket alone is pretty tough. So.
True. We're going to make some adjustments. We don't actually have a bench coach, so we're kind of winging some stuff, and we learned a lot from this first game, so we're going to come back as strong as we can next time.
Thanks, Crimson. Congratulations to you. We'll see you later on today. We'll be back with our interview for Team New York right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mo Cheesemo. I'm here with Deb Crush. She's MVP for the first New York game against Louisiana today. A resounding victory. How'd you feel?
It felt great. Like half our team isn't here yet, so we were a little bit nervous coming in just because there was like 9 of us. So we just knew we had to come in with like fire and just hit it hard and play our hearts out to show like, yo, New York's here. Whether there's half of us or all of us, we're here to take that trophy home.
Short rotation. Do you think that affected your play at all? Were you holding back?
I know, like for myself personally, in the beginning, I kind of went as hard as I possibly could and then brought it back a little bit in like the second 15 minutes just to kind of conserve energy because we do play Tennessee later today.
New York's a bigger state than people think, maybe. You guys are from Buffalo all the way down to the city. How many practices did you actually get together?
0! Because we bring the fire.
Yeah, well, you looked, obviously this team has skated together in years past. You look great out there. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Go New York all the way. Thank you for our one fan that's here today.